So Jamal Niaz here with Pollyana McIntosh at Comic Con Manchester.
Yes.
First of all, what are the best costumes you've seen? Because there's been some incredible ones.
I saw a pretty great Sonic the Hedgehog. Rainbow Bright was awesome. Love a bit of sparkles. And yeah, I think those are my favourites.
I want to know the first film that made you fall in love with cinema.
Ooh, it was probably Le Fronte with Charlotte Gainsbourg. It's a French movie. And it was about a young girl or a teenager who was going through some stuff. And it was the first time I watched a movie I felt that it was about me or written for me and, you know, experiential, like personal, you know, and that felt great. And yeah, I wanted to make people feel the same way, connected and less alone.
What is your guilty pleasure film, your comfort film? You have to pinpoint one favourite of all time.
Okay, my favourite movie is Dog Day Afternoon with Al Pacino, Sidney Lumet movie. My comfort watch is probably Anchorman.
Yes.
And what was the other question?
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. I don't do guilt.
Yeah. I felt almost like a disservice to cinema asking that question, because you shouldn't feel guilty for liking something, should you? Okay, well, let's change it to underrated film. Your most underrated.
Ooh. Funny Face with Fred Astaire and Audrey Hepburn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a peach of a film.
Amazing. So, if you had to live in a world from cinema or television for a week,
Well, that's a good one.
anywhere, where would it be and why?
Probably Willy Wonka's factory for obvious reasons.
That would be awesome.
And I'd get to eat all the chocolate. Be cool. Yeah.
Do you think you would be able to deal with the upbeatness of the Oompa Loompas for a week, or do you think they would drive you insane? Because they just sing all the time.
They sing all the time. A really good question. I think I'd be all right. Yeah.
Do you think you would learn from Augustus Gloop's mistakes and not jump into the pit of chocolate? Because we all want to do that, don't we?
I would sip gently from the edge of the stream like a lady.
I think I would get stuck in the tube. I think I would just jump straight in there, not learn from his mistakes, and I'll be stuck in there for a week. It would not be good.
I'd be helping you to get out. We'd dance you out of there.
What is the scariest film you've ever seen?
Ooh. Oh gosh, you know, it's absolutely definitely is what was it? Was it called Mega Man? Omega Man.
Right.
And it was about they were sort of like vampires, but they could only come out in the dark. And it was like the Last Man on Earth type of vibes. It's what Legend is based on, that Will Smith movie.
Yes.
Scared the bejesus out of me when I was wee. Scared the living shit out of me. Yeah.
Was there a specific scene that is ingrained in your brain?
He's down in the basement, you know, and you know it's dodgy because it's a basement. So even though it's during the day, it's dark down there, and he's moving through this basement trying to survive, and it's just very close and breathy. And
Okay, let's lighten the tone a bit.
Okay.
I know you mentioned Anchorman before. So what's the funniest film you've ever seen?
I think it's probably Anchorman, actually.
So
I mean, Bridesmaids is really good as well. That's very funny. Very funny. So somewhere between Anchorman and Bridesmaids. I just love Ron Burgundy's stupidity.
He's amazing.
Yeah. And
amazing.
Jennifer, is it Jennifer Corningstone? Victoria Corningstone? Jennifer Corningstone.
Victoria, I think.
Victoria Corningstone.
Yes. Imagine living in Ron Burgundy's head for a day.
know.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
I'm Ron Burgundy? Yeah, it would be. It would be something. It'd be a pretty clean place to be.
You'd just be impressed by yourself at all times.
You would. You'd just be like, oh, another magical day in my universe. Yeah, it'd be cool.
There's nothing wrong with him in his mind. Absolutely nothing.
He's a king.
He is. He absolutely is a king.
Yeah.
What's the film that always makes you cry?
That's a really good question. Steel Magnolias.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific about that film?
Steel Magnolias and what's that one with Shirley MacLaine where her daughter gets sick with cancer and she's in the hospital and she's going, my daughter needs her medication.
Yeah.
Get it for her. She's just so passionate about trying to help her daughter. Can't think of the name of the movie, but Steel Magnolias gets me like every time.
You know, I'm a bit weird because I'm a nerd, right? And I'm sure you're nerdy about films as well. I cry at films that you shouldn't cry at. Just if I see like a really well-filmed scene and I'm blown away by it, I'll just start tearing up. I'm like, what is wrong with me? The score hits you and I'm like, this is...
life. Life is beautiful.
Do you get that?
Yeah,
Do you get that?
Sure.
Is there anything specifically that's blown you away? Like mine is anything in Interstellar, anything in terms of the space travel from that film and the score from Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, I can't think of... But there's been a lot of them. I mean... I'm just remembering for some reason Willow, when the witch has the baby, and that was like really moving for me as a kid. Like, and Watership Down, Jesus, talk about crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll literally just be watching Blade Runner and my girlfriend will be like, why are you crying? I'm like, have you heard the music? The music's enough to send me. Amazing, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. And final one, what are your go-to things to do on a day off?
Hang out with my dogs, go for a walk in nature, get up a hill, go into the beach.
Nice.
Get freezing cold. I live in Ireland now, so get freezing cold in the sea. Yeah.
I know it says final one, but it actually triggered something in my brain. We were talking about film scores. What's your favourite film score of all time?
Fuck, that's a good question.
So hard, isn't it?
Star Wars is pretty up there. I think Amelie's score is actually gorgeous as well. Yeah, Amelie's great.
Amazing. Really appreciate your time, and I hope you have a tremendous rest of the weekend here at Comic Con.
It's
Thank
been
you.
Lovely. Everyone's been super cool.
Awesome.